Yeah, dude. What's up, Cole, man? Thanks.
Nothing much.
We're here, dude.
Yeah,
we're doing this, man. You look fucking really slick today, dude.
Thanks, man. I dressed up for the
dude,
occasion.
I'm the one who's nervous now. All right, dude. Yeah, so let's get into it. So, I'm glad you're able to be here today and kind of share a bit how you got into MMA and kind of what the MMA trajectory looks like for you, because you have a fight coming up in less than 7 days now, don't you?
6 days and 45 hours or something like that. I think that's what the countdown said.
Jeez. Do you have a countdown going like on your like at your house? Like
no, it's just every time I like make a story or something, it'll show up in the count. You know how you can like add those things to your story? Yeah, so I'm seeing it pretty much like every day. Every time I make a story, it's pumped, man. I'm pumped. Dude,
so I had a buddy of mine who like set out to do this ridiculous like endurance swim, and what he would do is he would put like different milestones or different like motivational things in his mirror. Do you like in his mirror saying like you got this or whatever, weird stuff? But do you do any like do you have any like superstitious things that you do or things that you kind of do that are unique to you to prepare?
Well, I haven't in the past, but my mom really inspired me this time to kind of like, I guess like, I know it sounds a little weird, but like manifest and like try and because in the past I was like thinking I was gonna get knocked out.
Yeah,
I was just visualizing like a hard fight and like not doing that much damage. Like I think it's just out of not a lot of confidence with the fighting.
Yeah.
But now I'm just trying to visualize hurting him, knocking him out, choking him out, knocking him out this time. That's what I've really been thinking about,
Let's go.
But I this is the first time that I've ever kind of like written something on a piece of paper and like put it on my mirror.
Ooh.
And it's like Cole Pigeon, October 7th knockout for his birthday, and then I wrote some runes underneath it for strength and luck.
Ah, that's sick.
I'm hoping it's gonna work. I know it's gonna work. Manifest it, like just throwing some affirmations out.
Dude, it's weird how like it's weird and kind of scary how much speaking something into existence is.
Right.
Dude, it's scary. Like I've had some things that I've said out loud, or even like jokingly.
Yeah.
And they come true. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna go run this, and then we're gonna win, and then whatever. And then they end up coming true, and you almost get taken back a bit sometimes, right?
You're like, is that how it works?
Yeah, dude, it's weird.
Is it that simple?
Like,
wow.
It feels like it, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's, I don't know, I gotta look more into that. But let's back up. When did you first I would like to ask, and I will get to this question where it's like, well, when did you start like taking fighting seriously enough that you're like, okay, we can pursue it long term? But before we get to that, when was your first fight? It could be like schoolyard or whatever, where you always kind of you grew up with brothers, right?
Yeah. I was definitely not a very great example of a teenager. I pretty much just fighting ever since like kindergarten, man. Like I would do this most retarded things as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would fight. I started to get aggressive in high school though. That's when I think I realized that I needed an outlet. When I was a kid, I was just like ADHD, rambunctious, aggressive, but not like when I was in high school. Some things happened in my personal life with my pops, and it was kind of building up, but that's when it really kind of like clicked in my head, and I was just so angry. I was fighting all the time, but I don't know. I don't know if earlier than I can remember. I'm sure. Yeah, like my dad says that I would. Brody was worse, but he says that we would he would throw us up, we'd headbutt him, we'd kick, we were just aggressive kids. Me and Brody.
Yeah.
Leland was a little. Oh no, he was aggressive.
You're like no. Yeah. Immediately go back.
Leland's gotten better now, if anything, But yeah, I don't know. I've kind of always been fighting. It's the only thing I'm good at. The only thing I have natural skill at.
Let's go. Did you find you were always fighting side? Like, were you always competitive with your brothers growing up? Because the age gap isn't much.
Yeah, with anything aggressive, fighting, but with other things, Leland's always been the bravest in a sense. Like he's the one who would jump off the highest cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Brody were always a little bit timid with that stuff.
Maybe not.
Yeah, Leland would always go the fastest on the quads, and the fastest on stuff like that. But
what's up with the younger brothers always doing that?
Oh, right. And now he's switched, but he was so competitive. Leland was the most competitive for sure. Brody was always insanely persistent, but no, I don't know. Sometimes, 100% I would be competitive, but I wasn't the most I still am not the most competitive guy. I think even at the gym, I don't think I get more angry than competitive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, much more emotional than like a will to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. Leland and Brody are much more competitive.
Do you think there's something though to be said for having like a bit of that almost chip on the shoulder when it comes to like the emotional side of it?
Oh, 100%.
Like you're able to channel it a bit differently because you're all like goofing. I feel it's interesting though. It's funny you mentioned that because dude, you seem to be like one side of like the beginning. You're laughing like you're having a good time, and then you've kind of calmed down.
Yeah.
Like in the last like 8 months or so, like from being like, hey, I'm either laughing while we're doing a round, not really taking it seriously, or I'm like. Trying to you're trying to hurt the person to like maybe not quite
injure, but
like
I'm just
it's
trying
definitely change, like you turn up the aggression level like to DEFCON 5 and so we go through that and I'm like okay, but it's cool to kind of see like the last like just shy of a year you've kind of like focused it in more and it seems like you found almost a middle ground of that a little bit lately.
Mitch has really helped with that. And Jesse and Troy with Troy at it because he was always talking about like the red flame and the blue flame and how the red flame will engulf your stamina. It'll make you feel tired after you exert yourself. But the blue flame is like like a torch, you know, instead of like a big...
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get the blue flame. It's just sometimes like I'll go, forearm will smack me in the lip or like... And it's just like this huge... I have to really control like I would bite in fights before. Like I would stomp, I would pull hair, I'd scratch, I would do anything. Like I get so I don't want to be like that cringe, I see red, but I get so like, and it makes me tired.
It takes over a bit.
Yeah, and I've really needed to work with that. Like that's been the main thing with fighting that I've had to control, especially in my fights. I'm thankful I got like that in my first MMA fight, and I've never been more tired in my life. Jeez, in that third round, like
I try to explain this too to like one of my buddies said it to me once. He was like what was it? He was like composure or calm is composure's cousin or is composure's neighbor or something like that. So the idea is like, and I try not to get hype up or listen to loud music before like a tournament or before something like suspenseful, whether it be like a race, something else, or like a grappling match, because I find, and this could just be for me, right? But I find if I'm getting so fired up, it's like all the adrenaline, eventually that has to go somewhere, right? And it's not really sustainable long term, right? And then I think there's the problem too with that is it like nerves and stress kind of like are very, very close to each other, right? And then I find if nerves let stress take over, they kind of blend and they turn into fatigue really quickly. Oh, yeah. Right?
You're fatigued before the match because you've just been stressing yourself out so much.
Yeah, dudes, your nervous system has like no more like fight left in it before it's even...
That's why school makes you tired. You were sitting down all day, you were writing and you were thinking a lot. Yeah. Why would you be so hungry after that? But it's because you're using your brain so much, and if you use your brain that much before a fight or a competition in like an uncontrolled way, of course. Like I think a lot about the fight before the fight, but it's you got to be positive with it. It can't be this like like I'm gonna get knocked out, I'm gonna get hurt, because you're stressing yourself out more than you need. You need to stress yourself out.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Do you think over the last little bit, because it sounds like the manifestation part as well, but is there something training specific that you've been kind of like shifting your focus on to working, or is like the maturity aspect as well kind of huge? Because I do want to say this, dude, you are, in my mind, one of the like higher prospects.
Thank you.
From what we see, like just from just how you train, your skill level, like your age, and then it seems like when you're there and you're training hard, like you're locked in, you give everybody myself included, a really tough time, right? Like if I get you with something, it's like I'm like there's a lot like something went wrong on your end, and I just happened to be there.
That's not true. So much, you're very good.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you saying that. You know, we can.
This is why we go. You see my angry side.
I think that might be it too. I think that might be it.
And you're very strong, so
you got to earn it.
I'm not used to like having that like resistance. Like, the only one who kind of outstrengths me is AJ. AJ is a very
unit of mass, man. He's so talented. I can't wait to see what he does.
I'm very lucky that he's not flexible.
Yeah,
that's at the end of the day, I feel like that's the only thing I have that saves me with AJ. Because once he locks his arms around you, man, you're going up.
Yeah, you just hope he's feeling generous that day to not dump you on your
Oh,
head.
right. Yeah, exactly. But he's an amazingly nice guy.
Yeah,
So
super sweet dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool
Thankfully.
though. Yeah, thank
Thankfully.
goodness. But is there some? So yeah, is there something you've implemented to like the training part specifically that's kind of allowed you to, like, especially for this next like this?
Well,
upcoming fight?
I've been, my past few fights, I've really just been trying to work on my power and like landing my shots hard and not pulling back because of pace. You know, I really do like weaponizing pace in a sense of like slowing it down, picking it up, slowing it down, picking it up, because then I can stay full cardio the whole time in my eyes, and control the fight, right?
Yeah.
But this time I really wanna throw some bombs. You know what I mean? So I've been really trying to hit the bag as hard as I can, do pad work with Ron. I've been wrestling a lot because I get so claustrophobic. I don't want to get stuck on my back ever.
Oh, it's a terrible place to be.
Oh, it happened that second one. I got put on my back a little bit in the first round, like slammed a few times, and I never want to feel that again. That was.
What's your record for people who don't know?
With MFL, it's going to be 3-0. 2-0 right now, but I have one fight with Nova Fight League.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I thought you had more than 2.
Yeah, that was a weird fight, man. They didn't really have any real judges, so it was kind of like a draw in a sense. But they had a winner bag, like a tote bag, and whoever they thought won the fight, they gave the tote bag. So I got the tote bag because I took him down like 5-6 times. I won the first 2 rounds, but he won that last round because I was just.
Yeah.
I blew my load trying to take him down that many times. It's a little sus, but you know, I was just so tired. Oh, I remember screaming the F word before the 3rd round. Like, I was like, God, how did I do this? Like, why am I tired? I put so much into camp. But it was because it was that adrenaline dump too. Before the fight, I was like Mitch was constantly telling me to calm down, like loosen up on the pads, but I just couldn't. I was just,
jeez, eh?
Yeah, it was an amazing time though. Mm-hmm. Amazing time.
It was a blast.
Yeah, it really was.
They had what was it? There was a clip. I think it was the most recent like in-fight highlight clip you posted, and I'll like make sure I'll post this separately because I think people like to the page. Because I think people should see this. But I don't know if it was like you threw a kick, or you went to throw a takedown, but then you came up from the takedown and you threw like a left hook. And it hit him, and I think it hit him, and I almost think it might have, I don't think it dropped him, but I think it forced his head to like, because he landed immediately on one leg, and you guys were kind of just fighting from that, but I was like, he's got something in his left hook there that's just, I was like, oh, it looks stiff when it hit the guy.
No,
like,
that was, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He threw a body kick.
It might have been,
he threw a body kick when, and I caught it, it was my right hook, and this is why I was happy. Because knowing my right hand is not that powerful. You're right about my left. It's a lot stronger. But I caught his kick, and he was doing this, and he was trying to punch me with these little punches, and I was like, "Oh, you're not blocking your head."
You're not blocking.
So I was throwing as hard as I physically could, and I missed like 3, but I hit him with 1 or 2. I'm pretty sure. And then I swung him down to the ground, but I think he was definitely not enjoying the power because he kept on putting his hands out and like pushing his head away, and that's why this time I just need to really focus on placing my shots correctly, because even in the highlights you'll see I slip and I throw a nice overhand, but I hit him like here and like on like just or on like the lower part of the neck, so it's just missing a little bit.
The sequence was great, but where like the accuracy wasn't
exactly, and it's because I'm pouncing too fast, and I'm just like and I need to just.
You're not like overcommitting, or you're overcommitting to the setup.
I'm overcommitting to the setup, like the slip. Because I really don't want to get hit, and then I'm like, oh, I missed it. I focused too much on the slip. I admired my work, as Mitch says. I admired my work too much, and I lost the opportunity, and that's happened a few times. But not with my kicks. My kicks are pretty good. Like I keep them in the face. Like I think I really need to start throwing more kicks. Like because I have a very easy time throwing them to the head. Yeah. At least in training.
Well, like you said, right? You have that mobility and the range of motion, the flexibility in your legs, right? And then also with the power and your height. Right? So you have long legs. So you can get that up there.
Exactly.
Especially against guys your size.
Oh, yeah. Right? I think I could kick someone at least 6'3".
Especially if they dip, too, and it takes like 6 inches off their height. And you're now you're 5'10".
If you're dropping your head up, okay, throw up.
Like if they're boxing a bit more, it's like,
yeah,
oh,
exactly.
no.
That's my
cool.
issue. I do that a lot. I dip my head prematurely a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm working on. That's actually something I've been working on this camp a lot. Is focusing on is using head movement intelligently instead of just doing it out of reaction.
Yeah.
You know, trying to pull things and like, oh, I know you're throwing the right hand, so I'm gonna jab, jab, jab. Okay, wait for that right hand, block. Okay, and then pounce on that opportunity instead of just throwing punches. Oh, that's a right hand, because then I missed my opportunity because I was scared.
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's also why I'm so aggressive in grappling, is because my mind works a lot better with striking, and I think I beat myself up a lot with grappling, and I just see, like, I try and improve my striking, and I'm a lot nicer to myself with my striking, but with my grappling, I'm like, oh, you, like, so I'm beating myself up, and then I'm getting embarrassed, and then it's terrible, like,
it doesn't, it snowballs really badly.
Exactly.
Jeez. Now, when you guys, like, when you prepare for the fight, is it something that, like, you sit down, like, what does this process look like? Like, take me through it, Cole. Do you guys start, and obviously you probably don't watch, like, tape on the fighter because you don't find out until...
If I can,
so if you can, you will.
Well, I'd watch it so much.
But what I'm wondering is if there's something, like, is it based specifically around, like, you developing your skill sets, like Alex or Cole developing theirs, or is it all you guys are trying to be, like, as well-rounded as possible, or is, like, you have the different game plan and he has a different game plan?
That's kind of... Because Cole, like, I'm not going to...
There's different skills for... Oh, yeah. Yeah, each of them have a very different...
Exactly, and Mitch is very good at...
Oh, he's the best, yeah.
Oh, he's so good at giving you hints, but not forcing you to do anything. You know, like giving you, like, options that you can choose from. So that's why we'll train
that makes sense.
a lot of these good defenses, so that we don't have to learn badly in the fight. Like, you know, a lot of people will lose in the fight to this certain technique and then be like, oh, okay, I got to start working on that. Whereas Mitch is much more proactive, and he's like, okay, that's how a lot of people lose their fights percentage-wise.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make sure that my fighters have this, and this, and they can work their game off that. It's just like a good base.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what...
Interesting.
Right? I think it's... So well-rounded, I think, is the best way to be, at least for amateur, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's... Or unless you're Alex Pineda with that left hook.
Dude's got a touch of death, man. I hope he wins the light heavyweight championship.
Oh, me too.
I hope he wins. That is a tough time.
And that would be so mean. Like,
yeah.
The only person that's beat Izzy.
Yeah.
The only other person that's beat Izzy other than him. He beats
he beat Jan, he beat Strickland, and he has a win. So it's like, oh man, he has a win over all the guys who've beaten Izzy.
Oh, exactly.
And he also has 3 wins over him. So it's like, oof, man. The story arc, the villain arc. Oh man, oh jeez, it's so good. But yeah, dude, there's how many so you're young. How long would you like to pursue amateur before you start pro? Because obviously the goal is to go
at
pro,
least 10.
right? Because Mitch wouldn't, like, you wouldn't be, you can't play fight.
Pro. I want to go pro.
Yeah.
I really want to go pro. That's like...
I like the conviction. You're not like, oh, maybe.
No, I'm going to go pro,
like,
actually. I'm going to go pro.
Like, I love it.
100%. But I think I want at least around 10 amateur fights, you know? Like, some people get hundreds before their first professional fight, but...
It's experience, too, eh?
Exactly. Yeah. But then again, like, the MMA fights, they don't scare me. Like, well, obviously I'm stressed out about my performance, and you know, like, I'm on TV, my family's watching me, and but it's not like a fist fight. It's like, he's trained. He's 100% trained, so there's, like, we both know, and there's rules behind it, and there's so much that goes into it that makes it much more like a sport. Like, everyone gets nervous before, like, a basketball game or a football game, but that's more what it feels like. It doesn't feel like I'm fighting someone at the bar. Like it's different in my mind.
I see what you mean. Yeah, you're not worried about Buddy coming up and curb stomping you.
Yeah, or like, maybe he has a knife in his pocket, or like.
That's for me the one. For me, it's the knife.
Oh yeah.
Nothing else. I'm like, whatever.
Oh, if someone pulled a knife out of me, I would.
That's where I'm a little like, feathers. I don't want to deal with that. Yeah.
That's why in a street fight, everyone makes fun of me for this, but in any kind of street conflict, I'm kicking in the balls as soon as physically possible, as soon as you get in my reach.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to subdue you and tell you to relax, and But
Yeah,
that's
you're gonna
like
kick his legs
that's
out,
the
and you're gonna
neutralizer.
choke him out.
Yeah,
That's what
I'll
you're
kick
gonna
his
do,
legs
yeah.
a few times, and then if he has a
He's
wide
getting
stance, whoop.
choked out.
Oh
real bad.
yeah.
God damn.
Oh yeah. So I don't see the point in fighting on the street anymore. I think it's a good way to die.
Yeah.
To die, especially
Yeah.
in Sudbury.
Dude, there are people who've like heard like horror stories, right, where they get hit or they get knocked out and they fall, but then the repercussions if you win as well too. Like even if you're defending
What did you
yourself, right?
win?
Like you put your head down, you swing, you knock the guy who's coming after you with a knife. Maybe
Oh.
he falls, smokes his head, he's dead now. Now you're like,
And there's no
now what do we do
videotape
here?
of
Right.
him having the knife. There's no so it can
Yeah.
go wrong so fast.
yeah,
It can-
it's avoider
yeah.
kicking the nuts.
That
right?
is why I want to bounce though, because that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds really.
Have you
fun.
applied to like?
Yeah, I've got my
yeah.
security. Like I finished the security course. I just need to get my CPR, and then I can
No
do
kidding,
the test to get my security.
Nice,
license.
dude.
Yeah.
What is that? So that was the driving force for that? Like, is that?
Well, the driving force was I really like construction. I love DTL. Like I couldn't work for a better place. Like
Nice.
they work with me for my fighting. They're heaven sent. They're
Amazing.
amazing people.
That's cool.
And I really want to keep working for them.
Yeah.
But we get laid off in the winter, and I hate working in the winter, man. I'm soft. Like
Dude, it's
that.
brutal.
Oh, I'm so
Brutal.
soft. Like
Dude, I've done siding in minus 35 on Birch Island all day, and you're doing metal. You're hammering metal nails for the siding we were putting
me
up
and
on
Mitch
the
have
res,
done
right?
it,
Yeah. So like you can't use mitts or gloves because you're not going to hold the thing. So you got to use your bare fingers and with hammer. And 9 times out of 10, I'm hitting my own hand. And
oh
it's already
yeah,
frozen,
and you don't even feel it, but when you
No.
get home, it's like
you feel it after, yeah.
oh, it's
for sure.
bleeding, and oh yeah,
Dude, it's brutal. It's
like-
it's
Jesse is so hard, man. He doesn't even seem cold most days.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jesse and Liam, they're both tough as
Yeah.
nails. But Liam was a diamond driller, so he's got that.
Oh.
Like he's got those mitts, those cold hand mitts. you know?
Dude, there's some people in construction that are just like, I'm like, we're not the same people.
Oh,
'Cause-
that's me and Jesse. I
Yeah,
look at him
I'm
all the
like,
time, and I'm like, you got a different gear, man.
And
You
you're
got-
thinking too, because you're like, I could probably beat your ass, but like I feel you'd last longer in the North Pole than me.
Oh yeah, if we were dropped off in the
Yeah.
forest, me and you're surviving. No, you're thriving.
Yeah.
I'm maybe surviving.
It's like I'm hoping we can get to that point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the winners, man. They just make somebody different.
Oh exactly. Or like even Darren is like, I saw this guy fall like 6 feet onto his side, and he gets up and he's like, "Oh, I'm fine. Oh,
Yeah.
it really hurt though, but no, I'm fine.
Yeah, of course
I'm
it
fine."
hurts.
Yeah, he walks back to the truck.
Jeez.
Actually, it didn't even hurt. He's got like a welt all up the side
yeah.
of his ribs, like it's getting like yellow.
Your lungs are bleeding.
Oh yeah, right.
But
yeah, okay, you
roof's
can
gotta
keep
get put
working.
up,
Yeah,
so.
sure, exactly, right. Like,
We got a deadline, boys.
oh man,
We got a deadline.
Or a nail through the finger, pull it out.
Yeah.
Duct tape, but I really love
Yeah.
carpentry. I even though it's really hard work, it's so fun. You get to build things. You get
Yeah,
to
it's
use
cool.
a gun all day. Like
Yeah.
that's fun.
That's sick.
It's really fun.
So then during the winter, security's
I'm gonna try and balance, even in the summer on the weekends,
Yeah,
100%. Because then if I have car payments or stuff like that, like I could maybe make $300, $400, $500 a
Yeah,
night,
no,
and that
yeah.
goes right towards the car payment.
it's perfect.
Like right, perfect.
Yeah. Nice. You need a security license for that, though.
Yeah, well, you don't need one, but they're gonna hire you a lot more if you have one.
Yeah, like your likelihood if you versus you who don't and you
Exactly,
who does.
because
Yeah.
if I don't have it, it's a little bit illegal for them to have me as a bouncer. And because they could always say, "Oh, he's just a bar back. He's just a bar back."
Oh, I see what you mean by
know,
like a little. Yeah, it's it's
you
a gray
can
area.
you can find a way around it, but
He's
it's
a bar
yeah.
back, but he has security written on the back of his
Thank
shirt.
you. You can't wear a security shirt if you don't have it.
Right.
Like that's illegal.
Yeah.
Right, you can't have that.
No
But,
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Interesting.
such an easy course, man. It's
Yeah.
such an easy course.
What is
Oh,
it
yeah.
like? What is it like?
It's it's supposed to be 40 hours. It's supposed to be if you watch
Yeah.
all the videos. But who does that? You know,
yeah,
you
start
just-
to end. It's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just the mock tests that you end up doing a bunch of. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the G1 test. You have
okay.
to go get it from the government though, so you have to go there to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay a bit of money or whatever.
Yeah, and then get.
Yeah, it was like $100 and something for the course.
Nice.
But there were ones that I was gonna pay $300, and then I was talking to my brother,
Yeah.
and he lives in the UK now, and he's done the security course when he was in Toronto.
Yeah.
So he was telling me, like, what, that $300, bro? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm gonna look around. And he saves me with so much of this stuff because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just not really the smartest at that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, internet and all that. That's why I'm like, fun. You know, maybe I'm a little bit more than that, but that's like the extent of my internet knowledge.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I got it for like 95 plus tax, so it was like 102 or something like that. And it was all thanks to him, man.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, dude.
Right? So
let's go.
I'm pumped, man. I'm excited for this CPR, too. That should be pretty cool. Like, you know how to save someone if they're choking or if they're...
Dude, when I was, I might have... Bear with me if you've heard this story, or not you, but like people like listening or watching, because I've told this once or twice on the podcast before. But I think it was 2017, February 2nd. No, it wasn't. It was. I know exactly when it was. It was February 2nd, 2017. There's a gentleman of mine. I was teaching like an adult swim class. There's adult 1 or swimmer 1, swimmer 2, or adult whatever. Right? It's semantics. I was doing. I was teaching like the more advanced class, and I remember. The guy did laps, and it was like 5 minutes of it, and then he did the warm-up that I needed him to do, and then he got out and was like, hey, man, I'm not feeling well. I was like, all right, you know, like, take a seat, let me know if anything, like, if it gets worse. Well, it did, but he didn't tell me. So what happened, and what I mean by that is this is how it got worse. So I look over, and as I'm kind of, like, walking the length of the pool, right, like you know, doing my, like, this is how you, huh? You know, and he goes... I look over at him, and his like chin hits his chest, his forehead hits his knees, and he collapses, and he starts like convulsing. There's blood coming out. Yeah, dude, he had a heart attack. Yeah,
no,
bro. Yeah, dude,
no,
it was wild. Yeah, it was wild. So, buddy and I, so I had to run over. I had to get the other lifeguard to clear the pool. Guy cleared the pool. My buddy Christian, shout out to him. I was like Christian, and he was off duty, so he's like, whatever. Let's probably just wants to talk like. Goof around, talk shit with me. So he ended up, I then said first aid kit now, and then he like, oh, okay, I should probably get him first aid kit.
Yeah.
So he brought me the first aid kit to find out, like, to see the guy on the ground, and then I was like, Patrick, clear the pool. As he goes to clear the pool, one of the women gets up, and it's her husband, so she starts losing it. And yeah, man, it just steamrolled into like this fest of like everybody going back and forth, not like trying to figure everything out and what's going on, and nobody really knew kind of what what would happen after he got taken away and stuff. So like, yeah, I did like 7 rounds of compressions. I did like his wife. This was the craziest thing ever. So I had gloves on, and we didn't have the pocket mat. Like they didn't have the first aid kit yet, and so I'm like, I'm not gonna do rescue breaths, right? Because I'm not just his face is covered in blood. I'm not gonna put my face on his.
Yeah, because he hit his head, I guess, eh?
He didn't when he fell. So, but like he kind of like fell on his side, and then he was kind of like on his side. So when he came out, we rolled him over onto his back to like give him compressions and stuff. But I'm not going to put my mouth on some dude's mouth when I have a pocket mask and I don't know them. So I'm like, that's not safe. So I'm just going to keep doing compressions. His wife, after I do my compressions, she puts her face and gives him mouth to mouth. Okay. Just like that. But she didn't even think about it. She just did it, dude. It was freaky, man.
Really?
Yeah, because like blood's all over his face, and she just did her thing. Yeah, and then we eventually like had her move because she just was like giving like 7 breaths, and we're like, that's not how it's done.
Yeah.
So we like grabbed her, moved her out. She was still like losing her mind, crying, panicking, like freaking throwing arms, everything. Everybody was like, man. So we got the pocket mask on her, started doing everything. Ended up working out. Comes back a week later. All he remembers is getting out of the pool and waking up in the hospital. Dude, it was like one of the most like traumatic things in my life, and one of the most like intense nights of my life, and he doesn't remember any of it. Wow. Okay.
He better thank you, eh?
Dude, yeah, he did. Well, he came in a month later and was like, "Oh, so which one of you guys broke my ribs?" And I was like, "All right, well, he's got a sense of humor about it, so yeah, I'm excited for it. Excited to get that.
Freaking right, and it's only like a day course, right?
Yeah, I think it's like I think like a weekend or 3-day course or something like that.
That's the intense one, isn't it? Because I think I only have to do like an 8-hour course.
Oh, you have to do just the standard one, or the basic first aid, not. Oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess so, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad then. Yeah, then the like standard CPR, it's like a 5 to 9 on a Friday, and then 9 to 5 and 9 to 5 Saturday, Sunday. That was the one we had to do. I think it was 2. I think it was just that weekend. But yeah, you'd probably just have the one day.
Yeah, that's really wicked, man.
But yeah, man, super important. So that's cool. But kind of going back into fight gear and kind of leading up to the fight. Can you describe for people who don't know what it's like describe the energy the day of.
Well, I always describe the day of is,
or leading up to it.
Leading up, right now it feels like a few days before a field trip.
Really?
It's so exciting. So exciting. I'm super happy. And I'm making weight. I know I'm really happy. I'm really excited.
You fight at 160,
170.
Oh, okay.
170. Maybe when I get paid, I'll do 155 if I don't get any bigger. But if I put on some, I'll stay at 170. Right?
Yeah.
Right, if I get to maybe AJ's size, I'll stay at 170.
Jeez, I guess as you get older, you probably get bigger.
Oh, yeah. I've already been getting bigger through the construction. And then when we were doing that Perry Sound job, I was drinking a lot and I was eating a lot.
Yeah.
So I put on a bit of weight. But now that I've been cutting down, I'm really realizing I put on a lot more muscle than I did fat. I put on a lot of muscle. I had barely any chest before, and now my chest is getting still pre-adolescent. But it's still pre-adolescent. But it's not Jesse yet.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, dude's a unit of mass, man.
Oh,
I'm fired up for him. I'm happy for him, man. Good.
Right. Oh, man. But I'll also fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But thankfully, he's the nicest guy I've almost ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
But you're almost ever. There's 75 people that are nicer, but...
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, on the mats, he's a beast. Off the mats, one of the nicest guys ever.
He's still the sweetest dude ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hope he gets a fight soon.
Yeah. We gotta start twisting Mitch's arm. Telling him,
I know he's got a bum knee and
Oh, it's getting better, I think.
But
I think it's getting better. I don't know. He'd have to say something about that. But
so, yeah.
He still goes hard as hell.
Dude, yeah, it's still awesome. Awesome to have him there. So,
yeah,
it helps. It's good. Yeah, it's a good, different, not personalities, but, styles.
Oh.
Right? Different body types, different styles. People are more, heavy on kicks, heavy on, heavy grappling, or just heavy, submission skills. Man, I cannot wait for Alex's upcoming fight, dude.
Man. He's a beast.
Dude, he's insane, man. I'm an undefeated coach. So, you're an undefeated fighter, I'm an undefeated coach.
Yeah, when you coached me, I won that,
Yeah, dude, I'm 3-0. I'm 2-0 as a grappling coach with you.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. And then, 1-0 in MMA, so...
That was kind of I guess, that was the only time I ever felt I was like, oh, I just lost. Because I lost my first 2 matches, right? I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was coming off of 2 losses, too. That's what I was fired up about, too.
Yeah.
Just go step by step, okay?
That doesn't happen. That never happens. But the guy that... I swear, man, I'm so mad that he won.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
It was a weird tournament, too.
Oh, I made a mistake and I reshot, and he made a good decision and he mounted me because I reshot a bit too
so he
aggressive.
Kept his hips... Yeah.
Yeah, and then he got points for that, and then I turned to my back because I thought that's the way to get out, and it is the way to get out in an MMA fight because you don't want to get punched, but in a jiu-jitsu tournament, don't turn to your back, and now they're going to take your back and get more points.
Don't do that. Yeah.
It was definitely a learning experience, but then he didn't want to fight anymore. I guess he hurt something, so I got another chance, and I submitted the guy twice. That buggy choked me. That's it.
Dude, it's embarrassing. It's, it hurts, man.
I think about that before I go to bed, almost every night, man.
Yeah?
Oh.
Not any, nothing else.
Nothing.
That's wild,
nothing
eh?
else.
That just lives rent-free in your head, eh?
It will live rent-free in my head. A buggy choke.
Yeah.
And I almost went to sleep, bro. I don't know how he had it so tight. I've never, people have put them on me in training a lot, and it's never been that tight. It was instant, too. It was and then I was looking at Simon, and I was like, is this really going to happen right now? And he's like, dude, just pry your head up. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's it. And I just watched Simon get
choked donuts.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but and I was like, I don't want to look like that. Please, no, that scares me.
That's my fear.
Oh,
it's just you pay all this money, you travel all this way, you invite your friends and family, and you just get slept immediately.
That's why Simon's such a savage. He got up and he was like, that's it.
Yeah.
And you could see the murder look in his eyes.
He was just like, this guy's dead. This guy's dead.
Oh, that's what
That was a weird matchup, okay? He was, first of all, the weight and the belt and the whole thing, he had 1 match against the same guy, and he had 3 matches against the same guy, right? Who was a purple belt. Or purple brown, whatever, doesn't matter. And I
think he was a brown belt.
Yeah, he was higher ranked, right? So anyways, and then I had 3 matches against completely different dudes. I think 2 were white and 1 was blue. all much smaller than me, and I was like, what? I was just so confused with how everything was lined up because we were in the same weight class.
I was stressing out. I didn't even weigh in. Like, I didn't eat anything to ride down there. I wish I knew that I wasn't weighing in. I was miserable.
Because they didn't the year before or 2 years ago, but then you never know, right? And even if I was like, yeah, they didn't weigh us last year.
And that's the worst look in the world, is missing weight. Like, you can't do that, man.
I think it was all right the whole time, except the only time was when Jesse had to face the one kid. And I was like, oh, this weight discrepancy is a little much. I was like, this is why we have weigh-ins. This is why we have weight classes. This is,
Guys like freaking Zeus.
Yeah, the kid's like, he's like, all right, so I said 170. I'm not quite 170. What are you? Probably like 183. It's like, what do you mean 183, dude? Oh, it was the funniest thing ever. But that's why we have weight classes.
13 pounds heavier.
That's a big difference. But that's like then the limit of the weight class. The dude in the weight class was below that limit anyway. So it was like at least 20.
Oh my god.
No, it was amazing. Oh, it was awesome.
Oh.
That was the best thing ever.
It was such a fun, like, it's almost like when you see the dads.
Yeah.
Like, Troy sent me this meme the other day, and it was all these little kids running up to his dad, and his dad was just like, like 360 flipping them, like throwing them around like they were like 1 pound weights, and it's the most satisfying thing in the world to watch.
Yeah.
It's so, I know it sounds messed up, but it's so funny because the kids are loving it, they're laughing, he's enjoying them. You know what I mean? It's funny, but that's what it looked like. It looked like that was Jesse's infant. Like,
dude, amazing.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, it really was.
Bro, do you have something that like you wish you might have briefly touched on in the beginning, but do you have something that you wish you like you wish you knew, like that you know now that you wish you would have known before your first fight? It could be about weight cutting, it could be about preparation, it could be
there were a lot of things, man. There were a lot of things, but mainly I wish I wasn't so afraid of losing. Like I was so afraid of losing.
Yeah.
Oh man. And now it's amateur. Like, if I lose, I'm learning more than if I win. Yeah. I did something very wrong. Yeah. I did something very wrong that I need to capitalize on, and that'll live rent free in my head probably more than the buggy choke. That would I say all the time, if I lose, I'm getting waterboarded. You know, or my mom says, if you lose the Joey Diaz, you lose, you're sleeping in the garage, no dinner. So I would definitely get some harp on it. But I was so afraid of losing, and I think it made me fight non-intelligently. Right. Like I was just trying to knock him out and trying to go so fast when I should just relax, enjoy the moment. Yeah. Like I'm fighting in a cage. That's fun. Not very many people get to do that. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I wish I just took it a bit more. Like, it's fun. It's what I want to do with my life. Yeah. Like, didn't taking it too seriously, I don't think is right. Like, it feels like the right way to say it, but it doesn't feel like it fits. It's taking it with MMA fighting, at least I have a different opinion than a lot of people, but it's a comedy, man. We're getting in our underwear and we're fighting each other. Like,
what did Chael Sonnen say? He's like, it's like two like half naked dudes in our short pants, or we're gonna put our short pants on, fight shirtless in a cage. Like, however weird way he says it, right, just kind of takes the it's insanity out of it. Exactly. Like it's a TV show. It's real, but it's we wouldn't be doing it like this if we didn't get paid and it wasn't interesting to people. Or I wouldn't be doing it. That's very interesting. I would be doing it a lot differently. I'd be like KOTS, if you've ever seen that. Like, if we were getting no money for it and there was no way to get money for it in the future, I would definitely be fighting no rules, because I'd be like the professional nut kicker. Yeah. Like Krav Maga 101. I wouldn't be learning all these other ways. I'd be like learning the easiest way to disable someone as fast as possible. And wrestling it's the easiest way to subdue someone, but it's not the easiest way to stop them from fighting you completely. Yeah. That's my question for you. How which do you think is more important for somebody to focus on as a skill, wrestling or striking? Or grappling or striking, I should say.
I'd say grappling, probably, because you can use it for security. You can use it for your drunk friend who's trying to drive the truck when he's on a hammer.
Usually when I do it.
Yeah, you're not going to punch your friend in the face and knock him out. Like, that's messed up. Yeah. But you're going to full Nelson or, a head and arm or something like that, and just wait until he's exhausted. So it's a way more usable martial art in today's day and age. But if we're talking about, in prison, I'd say striking.
Yeah,
you're
fair.
not going to hold someone and then his buddy
Fair.
comes up and just stabs you,
Yeah.
you know, or starts hitting you.
You kind of need to be like,
Oh yeah, you need
away.
to. Yeah, you need to be able to stay away, throw kicks to the groin, throw kicks
Yeah.
to the kneecaps. You know, throw kicks to the lower stomach. Like,
yeah,
I'd say kicking is much more important for. Boxing is so important. Don't get me wrong, but if you're that close to someone, they can stab you. And you're focused on throwing punches. When you're kicking, you're a lot farther away, so you can see a lot more. I think kicking is for survival is probably a lot better. Not head kicks.
right.
I'm gonna, you know, I don't think head kicks are good for street fights. I think you're gonna slip on some dirt or
Yeah,
something. But
probably just leg kicks.
yeah, or I'll always stand by the ball kick. Man.
Yeah,
I think it's. I'm gonna emphasize.
Stand by
that.
it.
Yeah, I think why kick their legs and they have some meaty calves or some meaty quads and you don't do anything.
Yeah.
Right? You know, if you're street fighting me, I'm
Like, you're
I'm
getting
allowed
a
to do
dick pic,
anything. Yeah, I'm allowed to do anything to you.
okay.
You know, I can put my fingers in your eyes. That's
Yeah.
not what I would do because that's really messed up. But
Yeah,
maybe if it got there,
yeah. I mean, probably.
if he
Yeah, if it got
touched
there.
my eyes, I would
Yeah,
bite a finger off for sure.
I'll be gone, biting cheeks off.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't even care about AIDS at that point.
No,
Yeah, right.
you can't
Yeah.
care about it, dude. I haven't cared about it since.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's jeez.
Yeah. But honestly, the hardest part about this camp, man, was I quit smoking.
Yeah,
So for every one of my other fights, I
smoking what?
cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
I still smoke a good amount of weed.
Oh, of course.
I've
Yeah.
been doing, yeah.
Yeah, you cannot.
But even that I've been slowing down on because I haven't been wanting it as much. I've just been,
Interesting.
you know.
Yeah.
So I've been like leaning off with the pouches, the nicotine pouches. Like
How'd you quit?
I just
Like, what kind of?
It was so honestly, we were working in Perry Sound, and I was drinking like a 2-6 almost every night.
Yeah.
I was drinking a lot, and I was like, because there was like my dad passed away, and I broke up with my girlfriend of 3 years, so it was like there were a lot of things that kind of collided.
Like this past year?
No, like last month.
Oh, okay.
So like there were a lot of things that kind of collided.
Sorry to
and-
hear that, dude.
No, it's
Condolences, dude.
it's you know it's okay. It's okay. Like me and my dad were.
Yeah.
I give him props because he's a lot of the reason why I want to hurt people. You know what I mean? Like that's he gives me a lot of that because I was so scared, and it drove me to want to be the thing that scares people in a sense. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
But at the same time, my mom.
Yeah, we can unpack that a different time.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Curious, yeah.
But my mom really helped me with this other side where I want to be sweet. I want to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. You have like
You
a
know?
nurturing. You still had a
Yeah.
nurturing influence
Oh, yeah, my
that
mom
you were
was-
able to. Amazing, because yeah, that could be dangerous.
Oh yeah, I couldn't have had a better mom. I don't think ever.
Mm-hmm.
For real, like I owe everything to my mom, but and my dad loved me. Like I'm not saying that he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He was antisocial personality disorder,
Yeah.
drug addict. Got dropped off when he was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
And didn't see his mom until he was 15. So he's just
Yeah.
really a wounded individual.
Yeah.
So when he passed, it was more just I couldn't unpack it in a sense of like I was just kind of mad at myself because I was so mad at him for so long. I never talked to him. And when I would talk to him, I was so disrespectful. I was just a terrible son like that.
Yeah.
And then we started talking just a little bit this past year, and he was into the life. So every time I would go over, I would see him doing narcotics and using and with the crowd that I didn't enjoy. And then I would dabble a little bit, and I realized, holy crap, that's a slippery slope.
Right.
And I need to stay away from that. And when I decided to stay away from that, he OD'd. So it was like, wow, like I could have just stayed a little bit longer, spent a bit more time with him. But then I also realized I could have slipped into that. And
It's almost like it's a catch-22, right? It's like had you
Yes.
would have stayed, he might still be, but then you might not be.
Exactly.
Yeah, it might be a weird. It almost feels like it was like one or the other.
exactly.
Which is shitty.
So I don't want
that
to be
makes
dragged down with him. But
Yeah.
anyways, I think he's living better now. Let's be
I'd
honest.
imagine.
So
Yeah.
I'm starting to come to grips with it. But that's why I was just drinking so much. I was doing a lot of bad decisions, and I realized like I just got to cold turkey everything.
Mm-hmm.
Weed has always been a good thing for me because it makes me stop overthinking. It makes me stop and that's so weird because it makes a lot of people have anxiety attacks and they overthink and they start like secluding. But it makes me want to talk to people about things that I wouldn't normally want to talk to people about.
Yeah.
Because I'd be too insecure.
Right.
You know, it warms me up, and
Yeah.
it doesn't make me as angry and aggressive as I normally am.
Oh, for sure.
But everything else is really bad. Like alcohol is not the best for me because, like I'm good when I'm on alcohol. Like I'm happy. I can work. I can do these things. And
Yeah.
that's terrible because I'm going to do it all the time.
functioning. Yeah.
I'm going to do it all the time. That's my whole family.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster.
Oh, exactly. And I kind of saw that coming. And cigarettes, I've been smoking them since I was like 13. Like,
Yeah.
I've been smoking poppers, and then I switched to yachts, and then I quit the bongs, and then I was smoking cigarettes, like,
Yeah.
not a pack a day or anything, but like
Sure.
a pack every 3, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's still a lot for someone who wants
still
to
quite a
fight.
bit, yeah.
Like, you know, it's... So at this fight camp, I've
Yeah.
been detoxing my lungs, and I got like... every time I detox my lungs, I get bronchitis. I've tried to quit a few other times, and I
Yeah.
got bronchitis, and it's been hard this camp, and it was hard.
Jeez.
It's just like every time I would inhale, it was like...
Yeah.
And then I have to like... and then I can breathe a little bit again. And then,
It's your body fighting back too.
Oh,
right?
exactly.
Like it's trying to clean
It's
itself
like, get
up.
out!
Yeah. So
That's why I was doing the 10Ks too, is because when Mitch told me that, I was like, you're joking. 10Ks? 10 kilometers. You want me to do that? Only ever done 7. And I think
what was the reason?
Because he wanted me to clear my lungs out.
Oh, so it was like, yeah, clear. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's
perfect.
like, yeah, I want you to
You're gonna be
empty your
like
lungs.
horking for the whole time.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
not gonna
just
be
getting
fun.
better now. Like, and now
Yeah.
I haven't been coughing too much. Every once in a while, like it even happened earlier in the podcast. Like I went to talk and it was like,
You're like, oh no.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna cough.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. But
Yes.
it's not like it was like before. I had to take Monday off because I literally could not stop coughing.
Wow.
It was like I would have been gross.
That's
I
brutal.
would have been coughing on everyone. So I went for a
Yeah.
run instead. But
Smart.
yeah, I would have
Still
been.
got some.
It's not contagious, but
Yeah.
it's like I think the cold that everyone's been getting.
Yeah,
I think it
noticed
triggered
that.
it.
Yeah, because my throat's been raw last day or two, so
Yeah.
that's why I wasn't here yesterday. And I was
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Everyone's been like, oh man, yesterday everyone was sick. Everyone in
Yeah.
the mats was sick, so I felt at home.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go. I was like, I wasn't feeling well Friday, and I was like, I didn't go out, right? And I was like supposed to, and then I like didn't do anything really Saturday, and I was like, ugh. I just like did a bunch of like at home computer shit,
Yeah,
not so much like go out and do.
and that'll
things,
almost
so.
make you feel worse sometimes. Eh?
It
Like
does,
not
yeah.
going out wouldn't have made you feel better, but when you
No.
don't, like when I ran, it made my bronchitis feel better at least for an hour,
Mhm.
and then it got.
My thing
bad
is like
again, but-
I know everybody has a bad immune system because I'm doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, where it's like, nah, I just want to train.
Yeah,
Forget it, right? And we're all stubborn. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, we're all coming in sick, or we're all coming in with like infections.
I
It's like a
wouldn't have gave it. I
cesspool.
had a fight though. Like I had.
Yeah, you can.
It's different,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
But
it's good that you're able to think that. 'Cause some people wouldn't.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm the only reason, literally the only reason I didn't go Monday was because I would have been hawking spit
Yeah,
on almost
would've been
everyone
bad.
I rolled with. Like
Yeah.
it would no one
Just would've
wants
been
that.
gross,
So I went
yeah.
for a 10K instead.
Nice.
But I
Just clears you up.
I think that's going to be the best decision for my fighting is
Nice.
stopping smoking. The nicotine pouches are bad.
Yeah.
Gum cancer, tongue cancer, throat cancer. I
Sure.
don't want any of that.
Right.
But that's going to be a lot easier to quit than the oral fixation.
Oh,
of-
very. Very.
you know.
Are you kidding? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's kind of like
That's impressive, though. That's cool, though, dude. Good for you. That you're able to, like,
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
dude. No, it's huge. I talk to a lot of people, and they're like, you've never been addicted to anything. You don't know how to quit. So I'm like, all right.
soft.
Yeah.
Soft.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's soft.
Yeah.
They just don't want to
They
quit.
just don't want to, yeah. It's like, just say it. But
Exactly, and honestly, there's so many things that can kill you. If that's how you want to live your life, go ahead.
there's a really
I don't think
interesting...
there's anything wrong with that.
Right? Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. But there was this thing that I read about a year or two ago. It's like, it was in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I recommend it, but
good.
I'd give you a copy if I had one. But and I'll find it and dig it up and lend it to you if you want. But basically, what happened is he's kind of talking about how to like fix your habits and like develop new ones, right? So there's two things I kind of took away from this book. The first one was involving like just so how people like quit smoking. So the thing is when it's an identity thing, right? So it's like, oh, they're a smoker, right? So if I say, oh, I'm a smoker, and then I look and people are like, yo, you want to come have a smoke? And I'm like, I'm trying to quit. It's like that mentality is you're still identifying yourself as somebody who is a smoker.
I quit.
Who are you trying to do it, right? Yeah. So But if you were to change just that phrasing up even a little bit and say, instead of going, no thanks, I'm trying to quit, now it's, no, I'm not a smoker.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's that little shift that allows you, I can't quite remember like the minutia of how he was able to kind of extrapolate that point, but the other thing too is pairing a habit you have with like a habit you want to have. So say in the morning I want to be I don't want to be on my phone scrolling. When I'm having my breakfast, I want to be reading. Right? So the best way I've started doing it is I put a book the night before underneath my French press. Yeah, dude. So I'll plug in my phone and then I'll grab my book, and my book mark always says read 10 pages. So it's kind of like, all right. So I've kind of like, I paired it where I put it under my French press, and now every morning I'm like, oh, fuck, it's right there. So I'm like, okay, I'll grab it. Now it's in my hand. And I'm like, all right, well, the coffee's being made. I'm going to go sit down and read it. Oh, the coffee's done? Am I done my 10 pages? Yeah? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're setting yourself up for success.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's the best way to do it, for real.
So what, in this fight, kind of to wrap us up, what would you like people to know about this upcoming fight, where you can kind of find it? I mean, I'll share it obviously, but where can people find it? What can they expect from you? Like your final, like...
Well, I always put up a good fight. I always show some good shit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be striking a lot. This is coming out after the fight, I'm guessing. If not, either way, I'm striking a lot. Just so you know, Zachary. Okay, I hope you know, buddy. Okay. No takedowns. No takedowns. You can't see my fingers, so you don't know if they're crossed or not.
Well, now I really...
Yeah, but anyways...
release it after, but
yeah.
sorry. Carry on.
But no, I think I'm just... I'm going to try and go as hard as I physically possibly can.
Yeah.
There's the link in my bio on Instagram.
Nice.
There's on Facebook too, with MFL. But it's going to be sick. All of us are going to put on a really good show, man.
Nice.
Yeah, the boys are ready.
Oh, yeah.
Catalina fucking wine mixer.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm excited for you to knock this fool out.
Oh, me too.
That's it.
Me too.
You know? Hit him with one of those
Yes, the dome.
hard shots, dude. And no dick kicks.
No, yeah. I'm
Sorry.
I'm gonna try. He's got the cup on though, so I might. I don't think that's the smartest
No.
move. Maybe that's what people should do to street fights. If I'm bouncing, I'm
Yeah.
wearing a cup.
Dude, yeah, absolutely.
That's
Are you
smart.
kidding?
I'm wearing a cup all
Dude,
night.
I had a buddy once. Not once. He every time we would go out, he had a mouth guard in his pocket, like in his coat pocket. Because anytime there'd be a street fight, somebody would pull up. I make it sound like it was every day, but no, it was like once every couple months. But when I was in Ottawa, but he would pull up, put his mouthpiece in, and then you would see people just not want to engage at all.
I respect it.
But that's what I would do if I were you.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
have a
half,
mouth
I would
guard
go
and a
cup,
cup. Yeah.
Fully prepared, and then somebody
just
gets in your
wait.
face, you're like, hold on.
Yeah. Wait.
And then they're like,
Or
It's not
imagine
you're
you
just
slip.
protecting
Slip.
Yeah. That'd be wild.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Let's go.
That would be
Let's
crazy.
go, dude. Yeah, knockout. Let's go.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Man, you're going to kill it. I cannot wait for the fight. I cannot wait to watch it. I'm very, man, I'm happy you were able to chat with me today.
Oh, thank you for having me,
Thanks
man.
for coming on.
Honored and blessed.
Let's go, dude. Thank you, man.
Freaking right.
Yeah.